Honestly, see jubilation in Edo State to not be small dance. So people they jump, they dance, they happy. Say Inec recognize Dan Orbih's list against Obaseki. You know, in Edo State, there've been that running battle ongoing with regards to Governor Godwin Obaseki and Chief Dan Orbih. Okay, Chief Dan Orbih may be wondering who is that person. That used to be like the leader of PDP in Edo State before Obaseki joined the party after Oshomole tried to, after Oshomole actually saw the exit of Chief Dan Orbih from the party. Oshomole makes sure that Chief Dan Orbih exits the party, and PDP gave him a succor, accepted him, and brought him home. That was what gave him, the opportunity to be able to contest a second tenure. And today you can see that he is the governor serving out his second tenure. That being said, that being agreed upon as said, you can see that things are quite different today. The person they once brought in, as soon as Obaseki came in, he said he was now the leader. That did not quite go down well with a lot of people, because Obaseki was coming, with people who left APC to join him. So there was a lot of baggage and there was a lot of unsaid anger being paraded and displayed among the people. And it is what it is. Today, you can see that people are no longer seeing eye to eye because of decisions being made. So Inec has gone on now, and Inec have recognized the primaries that Chief Dan Orbih organized, and this is, causing a lot of headache for Obaseki in the state. Yes, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Let's get all the details. What is really going on as Inec recognizes Chief Dan Orbih's list? Jubilation in Edo as Inec recognizes Chief Dan Orbih's list. There was jubilation in the legal group of Chief Dan Orbih, the National Vice Chairman of the People Democratic Party (PDP), in Edo State after the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) confirmed the list of candidates who are alleged allied to his faction for the party as candidates for the National Assembly election. Governor Godwin Obaseki camp recorded 0 candidates as captured in the release list for Edo State in 2023 general election. It was a sweet victory for the Chief Dan Orbih's camp as the candidates highlighted that Governor Godwin were not found in the INEC verified list of those who will be campaigning for this position. Both camps have been fixing muscles in the supreme battle through the courts over the candidate list that will be recognized by INEC. Those whose names are on the list of INEC released will represent the Edo PDP in the National and State Assembly election. Both factions have conducted primaries, but INEC has endorsed the primary conducted by Orbih faction, having monitored it, but did not monitor that conducted by Governor Godwin Obaseki. Attempt to reverse the recognition has been dogged heads and dug up in the courts, with the Orbih faction predicting its claim of authenticity by INEC recognition. Sources in Edo State disclose that politicians loyal to Governor Godwin Obaseki are now left stranded as to how to relate with their acclaimed candidates, which they have been projecting in recent elections. A source in Chief Dan Orbih's camp was full of joy, saying, "This is victory for us at last. We thank God." The source also particularly was glad for Omorogu, the outgoing member of the House of Representatives, the Odu Federal Constituency, is said to have surrendered his governorship aspiration to accommodate Governor Godwin Obaseki. Having done that, Obaseki failed to recognize him when he joined the PDP from APC in June of 2020. It said Omogu was listed as the PDP candidate for Edo South. Following his gesture and the crisis that followed, Omogu has faced was faced with threats of being removed from the party and also suspended and also suspended his Senate ambition, having stepped down for Obaseki, who did not give him anything in compensation for stepping down for him. Reports said the several leaders in the Obaseki camp has been reaching out to Obi for them to be accommodated in the future political arrangement that will feature the account of Inec, recognition, and court validation. So, I mean, this is what is happening in Edo politics. Like we said, since Obaseki joined the party, things have not been business as usual. Now, Obaseki came from the All Progressive Congress after Oshomole, fought him down and pushed him out of the party. Chief Dan Obi was one of those who accommodated him, who gave him a welcome hand, opened his arms very wide, and received Obaseki, went with him campaigning in all over the local government area of the state. However, things began to fall apart when, those that came with Obaseki from APC wanted to come in and sideline those who have been in the party even before they stepped in. They want to take over. Instead of them to have agreements on how, things can be shared, that arrangement was not put in place. Okay, that arrangement was not put in place. Rather, what they saw was a different ballgame altogether. There was fight. What they saw was a different ballgame altogether. People began to do things, differently. Orbih's area was looking differently, and Obaseki's area, was looking away. And before you could say Jack Robinson, things turned beyond you can ever, imagine. And today, things are no longer the same. Why? Because things fall apart when the center could no longer hold. So Governor Gordon Obaseki was taken to court. That's PDP taking PDP to court, and today the court only recognizes the Chief Dan Orbih's list. It does not recognize the Obaseki's list. They are particularly happy for the man who stepped down for Obaseki. Remember, it was to be the governorship candidate for PDP. But when Obaseki came and the state of dilemma that he was in, everybody pleaded with him to step down, with the promise that, okay, he will go for Senate. But when the whole matter between Chief Dan Orbih and Obaseki started, it was discarded and nothing was done. So they are particularly happy that the guy at least will be compensated, can go for Senate, even if he will not be able to get a governorship position. But again, every one of us must begin to understand what is happening. Okay, everybody must going to understand what's going on and why we must not allow the same thing to hold us down. We can't allow it. Every one of us must work and ensure that at the end of the day, okay, this nation become a better place for every single person. Edo State is really in a running battle, and the matter does not seem to be far from over at all. The issues are still very much on ground. Okay, so this is what is going on and why every single person must take it importantly. God bless. Bye for now.